Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to Black Suns, where I am, of course, Black Sun. Hip hop heads, man. Y'all remember going to the record stores, like going to like pick out CDs, cassette tapes. I don't know how old y'all are, man. I'm from the cassette tape era. Like remember like the dopest part about an album, like when you went to go pick it up. Like you knew the artist, you knew kind of what you was looking for, but it was always that thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the album cover. Like, I don't know how important that is now with DSPs and, you know, streaming and all that. But back when we used to go to the record stores, the album cover meant everything. You know what I mean? I think artists probably felt that way too, man. It was so much thought put into a lot of album covers. And it was just, you know, a thing in hip hop, man. Like the doper your album cover, the more likely, you know, somebody's going to pick that up off the shelf when they hit the record store. But today I'm going to go through my top 5, or really just my favorite album covers. I really don't want to put them in any type of order. I know I usually do a top 5, but my favorite hip hop album covers, these are just a few, man. And right off the bat, I love this album, but I love the album cover as well. And that was Redman, There Is a Dark Side. If y'all remember that album, it came out, I think, like 94. Like, Redman was buried under the earth, under some, like, I don't know, man, some towers, some phone towers, electrical towers or whatever, but he was buried, and only thing sticking out was his head. And almost like he was coming up from the underground, man. Like, I think Redman stayed underground. He went mainstream a little bit, but like, if that was a metaphor for that, like, yo, I'm getting up out of this underground, you know what I mean? But I thought that was a really dope album cover, man. That, like, when I seen that, it was like, yo, I gotta see what this is about, you know what I mean? The next album cover that I thought was pretty dope, man. It meant a lot if you just look at it. That was Common, Like Water for Chocolate. That album cover, there was a two black women, a black little girl and a black woman. They were drinking from a water fountain that said colored only, right next to the white only water fountain. And, you know, just going with the theme of the album, or the theme of the album title, Like Water for Chocolate. I just thought that was pretty cool, man. That was like a dope idea to put that picture there, you know what I mean? The next album cover that I really liked was Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. That was wild because, like, it was just a bunch of dudes, like, I'm assuming they from Compton, just a bunch of dudes from the hood, shirts off, beer bottles in their hands, just, they fresh off the block, and they just mobbing in front of the White House, you know what I mean, posing for this picture. It's like somebody laid out, man. I don't know who that is. If y'all like tell me, man, somebody laid out, like they stomped somebody out in front of there. But I just thought that was real dope, man. That was, and it's in black and white. I'm a fan of black and white photos, especially, I mean, it's a thing with me, man. And that album cover was dope. The album cover was mad hood. And I love the album. Probably my favorite Kendrick Lamar album. The next album cover that I really liked was Boogie Down Productions, By All Means Necessary. That one, KRS One was in the window with the Uzi. You know what I mean? Like, it was a play on the Malcolm X, that famous Malcolm X photo with him. I don't know what he had, like carbine, some type of assault rifle, standing in the window, same pose, everything. And you know the quote from Malcolm X, By Any Means Necessary. So I thought that was a cool idea. And that like, for that to come out in like the 80s, whenever that dropped, really not sure when that dropped. I think 80, 88, 87, something like that. That was like, oh shit, you know, that wasn't normal. You know what I mean? So imagine you going to the record store in 1987 and you see that album cover. It's like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, you may want to pick that up. Like, if you on, you know what I mean? If you feeling that type of way, you know what I mean? The fifth album cover that I love, it's strictly for the comedic value of it. Old Dirty Bastard, Return to the 36 Chambers. That was crazy just because that was his food stamp card he put on the front of that. It I don't know if y'all watched that Wu-Tang show on Hulu, but like he was just like he couldn't it I don't think he could think of an album cover, and it was just like, yo, my food stamp card. Like that was genius, in hindsight. I think it was genius then, man. Like 95, like I pretty much thought that was the craziest thing I've seen. Like this dude really got his food stamp card as his album cover, man. Like Old Dirty was, man. Rest in peace, Old Dirty. But yeah, those are probably my favorite 5 album covers. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch more I could think of. Like Dead Prez, Let's Get Free. That was it's a bunch of African kids, man, like with M16s and AK-47, a bunch of assault rifles in the air. And it's like, it was some revolutionary shit. You know what I mean? Like that album cover was like, that was one of those also where like you look at that in the record store. If you're not familiar with Dead Prez, you're going to be like, oh shit, the hell is this? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, album covers meant a whole lot back in the day. They probably still do. Like when you scrolling through Apple Music, Tidal, whatever you listen to, and you see an album cover, you're just like, oh, this is pretty creative. But they haven't been as creative as it was back in the day. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all let me know, man. What's some of y'all favorite album covers in hip hop? Leave it in a comment down below. Like the video, man. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video if y'all enjoy the content. And yeah, man. Like I always say, man, it's Black Sun. Out.